Keeping it within context, I've always drawn the line between this world and the next, held up in the sky by down by reality checks, such as the flex of a text instead of somebody talking, because the achiever driving a Lex when he deserves to be walking, a concerned Lex not reaching out for fear of stalking, or a virgin having sex and then hearing all the balking. So at times I put my emotions at bay, dreams on delay, put my head down and continue on my trek, ignore what's going on with not much to say, living just to get through the day. Sometimes so much changes I survive my wreck. But then sometimes when I'm dreaming, all I see are demons intervening, teaming up and chasing after me, laughing at me. It's so baffling because since my teeth don't hardly remember any of my words at all. And despite the screaming, I've always thought the meaning of the screaming, I gotta be beating with pride inside, and I fought on the zoo line, instead of just being fiending for a brawl. And I've been naive to believe that others were looking out for me with my best interests at heart, and I quickly learning some might get burned, there's no concern. They're just looking out for themselves from the very start. And it's despicable and pitiful how hypocritical I've discovered this world to be. Not like a child with my badges on wild with innocence, and away from the harsh reality. And my eyes were open when they beat Willie, shot him in the head. We were only 16 when we found out he was dead. And not done by some jerks who wanted to fight, or by some evil monster that lurks in the middle of the night, but by some peers at school that by being cool, a reminder of the works being done against right. So who's willing to stand up and fight a voice if those are not a choice? Those have been mistreated or weakened because they haven't been fed? Or allow those whose wishes are vicious, whose actions are suspicious, whose intent is malicious, to assume control to make them wounds instead? And if you don't like what I'm saying, I don't mean to insult you, but you need to be proactive if you want to change the culture instead of hovering around like a starving vulture, fighting for the scraps left by ignorant men, hoping shit falls in our laps because we don't know where to begin. But we remain perfect through our imperfections. Now as the crooked officials keep winning elections, what do we call pursuing goals instead of crazy obsessions? How can we be compromised without prideful objections? And how can we bounce back if we always make the right selections? But yet, every night we judge and watch the news, without ever walking a mile so much of shoes and only option which they have to choose. And then we whimper when it happens to us. How can something so innocent raise such a fuss? I'm a good person, when you trust. Well, guess what? Life is unjust. It's the same for all of us. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. So you can crumble with pride and fuss if you must, or stand up and rise to shake off that rust. Because even the soul of an angel still commits sin. You have the heart of a champion, you can always win. You have the mind of a genius that is calculated. You live an ordinary life, still make it great. As long as there's sun in the sky, remember don't give up because it's never too late. And age is not an excuse, it's just a number. And then the fall, winter, spring, and summer. Those who rise upon the strife become larger in life, march to the beats of the drummer. But just because you go fishing for a mission doesn't mean you have ambition. You need to make a decision to follow your intuition. See, life is no audition, there's no redos. There's only one chance for the dreams to come to fruition. So what you got for me? Choose to ignore me and bore me with the same old story? Or to listen and not worry if things get boring? Because without struggle, there could be no glory. And I'll live in this piece with a bit for Socrates, because what he stated resonated with me. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. Thank you. Woo!